Actually, on my way down to this little piece down here on the south end of this property here. It's April 13th, and it sounded like a bunch of hens right over this rise. I kind of backed off. I got one option, this little tree here, but it's nice and green here. I could see where they'd been hanging out here, so I'm going to set the decoys up here close and see if I can call them up over this rise. Should be a perfect setup. Tried setting up there for a second, got the toms fired up, but I think they got some hens with them. I'm going to get out here where I can sneak up to this tree line up here and hopefully get them to where they can see the decoys. That might make the difference here. They are gobbling it. He's right here. He's right here. He's just coming over the hill. That looks like a good tom. How about that, baby? That Tom was just about to skirt me, man. I don't know if, I think I was getting real close to that window on the video. I had to move my tripod, but he was just trying to commit, but he was gonna go off. That was my last window, and man, I drilled him. See, the old lighted knot hit right at where I wanted to. I think, I'm almost positive he's down right here. He was hurting, so. It was weird. I had a bunch of them gobbling, and I was walking in here, and I tried to stop before this big rise and start calling. Well, had them gobbling, and I thought there were some hens down here. I could hear them cackling, so I ended up sneaking around here. Well, no more and got around here. I was getting the blind set up, and I mean, they were firing off, and they weren't far, and I just had to pull them across this. Well, lo and behold, a coyote comes out, and I see him part the group, and they all fly off there. I'm like, oh, great. So while they're flying, I hit the diaphragm a few times, and the couple gobblers that were left in the field stayed down on the ground and kept gobbling. Well, I guess they decided to split this way, and I started calling, and sure enough, here comes a fan over the rise. And that's a good tom, man. Any tom with a bow, you know, it's a good tom for me. But that was a lot of fun, man. I tell you, it can happen fast, and that sucker came right over the rise there in a hurry, and I'm pretty sure I drilled him. So I'll give him a couple minutes here and hang tight here in the blind and see what happens. Now it's on to the old headshot, hopefully. So, got the body shot out of the way. Now I got the rest of the season to try the old headshot. So, Quest bow just rocked him right there. So, you could tell that bird was flopping around out there pretty good when I hit him. And shooting an 1.5 inch blade this year, and I'm going to try to shoot a headshot with it. But he was hammered. The old Striker Magnum. So, stick tight, and I'll get out of the blind here in a minute. We'll go recover him. Going down. I was just getting ready to get out and go recover my bird. A couple toms fired off down here, and I just called, and they just fired off again. So I'm gonna try for a headshot here. Might get a shot here. That'd be awesome. Doubling up would be sweet. I just snuck out and recovered my arrow. Gotta love that. Bloody. Got the flashing G-force lighted knocks, man. These are awesome. It's the first time I've shot through anything with them. Shot under a big buck this fall, but let's not talk about that. I still got these birds firing off out here. I just snuck out there and thought I'd recover that in case for some reason I need another arrow. I got 3 of them here, but you never know. So I knew they were far enough. So let's sit tight and see if they come across here. I think those other birds just worked off, so we'll save the headshot for another day. But I'm gonna go ahead. I've given that bird plenty of time, so I think it's time to go recover him and go check him out. Can't wait. All right, there he is. He didn't make it far in the brush. Got my setup right back there. You can see the decoys in the blind, but yeah, he just looks like he crashed right over here in the timber. Just like you like to see him. Go ahead and pull him out of this brush a little bit and take a look at him. He's got a nice beard on him. Pretty long, but it's real wet right now. He landed in a wet spot there. But I'll have to measure that. It looks like a pretty good beard, probably 9 or 10 inches maybe. Just a good representative and a fun one to hunt for sure. Well, that was quite the hunt. This bird ended up popping over this rise here pretty quick, made it a quick hunt anyway, but had a lot of birds fired up out here. And it's a spot that's usually pretty tough if you don't make it out here on the roost, and I had to get the kids off here this morning a little bit. And just shows, you know, I like the mid-mornings and stuff anyway, but kind of had to improvise, and heard them gobbling down here and thought I'd slip down this line and try to set up on them, and it just happened to work out this morning. Put the hurting on this one. He's a good bird. Glad to have him. Two days after I filled my first tag, I'm out here with the bow again. I'm heading to a spot up on our farm here. It's my favorite place to turkey hunt. Really, probably my favorite place to hunt just because it means so much. All the plots and food plotting we've done in here. But I've taken some pretty good birds out here in the past. Actually, the biggest non-typical bird I've taken. But actually, this morning I I went around around the edge of the property and noticed there was a pretty good group of toms with some hens over just on the very east side of our property, but it's real close to one of the plots and the big blind I can set up in. So it's nice and calm. I'm going to slip back here. It's a little bit later in the morning, just getting a late start. I had some things to do, but it really should be a good morning. It's really, like I said, it's calm, and I think we got birds in earshot distance. So see if I can call them over on the plot and see what we can do. Gobble right there. Big gobble right here in the timber. I made it up here into the blind, and I wasn't calling long here. I got a big boy gobbling right here in the timber somewhere. It's getting a little bit windy, but he's close. He's going to be coming out here any second. This other one just went in the brush. We got another big tom right. That hen just came in and stole my tom, but I tried to call it real aggressive. I got a big gobble right here, straight east of me. So there's another big tom coming here. That might turn the other one around. I don't know, but it's a good gobble. Oh gosh, he's right here close.